Where did the camera go? Right here. Oh, it's right. Right. Good morning, everyone. I think I need to be a little bit louder. My mama used to say I'd forget my head if it weren't hooked on.
My mom.
And Deb's mom said that too. I couldn't find the camera. It's because I had moved it closer to the gong. Oh my gosh. Anyway, hello, good morning, and welcome to Unity Center of Des Moines. We are so glad that you're here, whether you're joining us in person or online. We send our love to you. Unity Center of Des Moines is a place to practice positive spirituality without dogma. We welcome you just as you are and recognize that every person is on their own unique spiritual journey. I think as I look out to the people here today, everyone is a familiar face, but if you happen to come by the building sometime, know that there are welcome packets that talk more about the unity movement, and you are welcome to take one of those if you wish. Let's begin with song. I am doing song duty today. We have something coming up I'm excited about. We love it when you sing along. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Great Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. Healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Great Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, great Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, healing, healing day. This healing, healing, healing day. Yay! Thank you, everyone, for singing along. That is one that I sing to myself in the woods sometimes because it's just a great day to have a great day. Announcement wise, let's see, today at 2 p.m. is the Spirit of Sound Immersive Sound Experience. That sounds incredible, doesn't it? With Olive O'Connell and our beloved Deb Jennings, going to be right here in the sanctuary. So we will need help with chairs after the service like usual. You might notice that there's some refreshing decoration changes in the sanctuary and in the community room. We have a new renter in the back office. His name is Ramon Christopher. He has a marketing business and he does breath work and different things. And he is also helping to refresh this space. And so the sign-up sheets for the volunteer opportunities are now on the wall by the big black glass. And I thank you in advance for putting your name down in a spot where you can help out because many hands make light work. And we really need just a little bit of help with those different things. Whether you can lift things or sit and smile and welcome people, either way, you are needed. The Spirit Seekers Fair is coming up May 2nd. That's just a little over a month away. Coming right up. There are flyers that need to be distributed in the atrium. So especially the half-page ones, if you want to just take a few of those, even if it's just like 5, if everybody today took 5 and handed them out to people, we just invited 100 or more people. So let's do that. Really appreciate it. And people like to hear about it. Just follow your intuition on where to leave it or who to hand it to. Really appreciate it. And we do have some bigger ones. If like kin or coffee shops or different places that you frequent that have some kind of community board, that is because it's a free entry event. They will oftentimes put those bigger full page flyers up. So if you have some places that you frequent, please take some of those too and get those up. And of course, anytime you share like the Facebook event or just tell someone about it, invite someone to come, we just appreciate your support. Also, as a reminder, we have at least 2 board member spots that are coming open at the end of this year. So Carrie England, who's in the red glasses and the red shirt, if you are interested or would like to talk with her about that, she is our board nominating committee. She maybe might want, if you want to be on the board nominating committee, you can also talk with her. And we need some people to be nominated that we can vote in at our annual meeting in November. And it's just going to go so fast. I don't even know how it's almost April, but it is. And let's see, the directory. So at the beginning of the year, I asked people to fill out a directory. I just want to let you know I've not forgotten about that. There's just been a lot going on. There's a lot of fairs and a lot of things that I need fixed. So I just know it's being worked on, and I will have something at least by our next potluck on May 10th, if not before. So just making that commitment to everybody. Special events this week, you can go to our website at unitydesmoines.com and read about the specifics and the pricing and everything. But Take Care of You Tuesday is coming up. We got the 2 p.m. today, and then Tuesday we got a noon meditation. We have 5:15 kirtan, and we have 6:30 p.m. full moon gong meditation. So that's an opportunity. You can do one or all 3 or all 4 events this week. Just be bathed in sound. Then on Thursday, April 2nd, Common Thread meets here in the sanctuary the first Thursday of every month. Our very own Paul Kellogg is going to be talking about practical spiritual practices. And you can read more about that in the newsletter. I was able to get that in there. And just come and check it out at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, April 2nd. Then some other things coming up real quick is John Reddick is doing the A Force More Powerful video showing series. He did it last year. It's a 6-week video series where he shows examples of nonviolent protests that have happened during other times of crisis in the world. And then there's a nice discussion after. So if that's something, maybe things in the world can feel kind of heavy right now, that is a way to come together in community and realize that we have the power to change the world by changing our own consciousness and supporting each other. And Linda's gone, so Linda's going to speak.
I would say it's very worthwhile going. It's a new opportunity to possibly think in different ways.
Yep.
And it's historical. It's not just today.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Our survival rate for getting through tough times is 100%. Because we're living, right? We're breathing right here. So the planet has gone through tough things before. This is our turn. And Kelly's going to talk about that. We're raising to a new level where it's a global consciousness raising. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Then Aura Breath with Deval is happening April 8th. She's usually going to do a first Wednesday of the month upstairs, but she has a conflict on April 1st. So she's moving it just this month to April 8th, and then starting in May, it'll be the first Wednesday of the month. That is at 6 p.m. And again, upstairs, all those details are in the newsletter. And then April 10th is the Men's Connection Circle led by Abraham Lamarck. We've had some men from that group that have helped with things in the building, and for that I'm very grateful. And they meet 6:30 to 8 p.m. And then that's not all that's happening. April 10th, there is an all-night gong thing happening. I can't sing the Lionel Richie song. Maybe Deb can.
All night gone.
So that's going to start at 9 p.m. in the sanctuary. You get to fall asleep and be bathed in sound all night. Deb and Olive, and I don't know what other players might be.
There's a few.
There's a few others to help get through all night till 7 a.m. And then there's some food.
Actually, we'll stop around 6 and have a half an hour of silence, and then Olive's going to cater a breakfast brunch for us.
Okay. So that really sounds like a neat thing.
It's fun. We've done it a few times before the pandemic.
Okay, so it is coming back. And again, that is April 10th, 4:10 coming up. It's a Friday night to Saturday morning. And then the next potluck is May 10th, exactly 1 month later. So again, events, unitydesmoines.com, whether it's things associated with what we do here Sunday mornings or just other things in the building, you can check that calendar and find out what's. Okay, let's see. Let's do our statement of faith. Oh, thank you. I forgot. Are there any announcements that I either forgot about or didn't know about? Devin's up in the sound booth. Thank you, Devin.
Yes, there are things. Well, first of all, there's going to be healing hands over here at the end of service where me and a few others do energy healing for anyone who's interested. And also, I am sticking to home my craft as a certified Reiki practitioner. So I'm giving away free sessions. So if anyone wants that, then let me know. That's all. Bye.
Yes. So thank you, Devin, for that. And thank you for doing sound. And thank you for waving your mic at me so I knew to stop. Oh, I mean to announce that we have healing hands at the end of every service, but sometimes I don't remember. So in the back, neat things happen. Okay, now we do the statement of faith. Let's say this all together. There is only one power active in my life and in the universe, the divine source of all life and love. Next, the unity affirmation. And as we say this together, I invite you to really take a breath, sink into your chair, and just feel the oneness of us all. Unity of Des Moines is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others. And with this goodness and this love in our hearts, our divine within, we want to send extra energy to the people on this list. Akira, Elena, Allie, Annabelle, Ben, Brittany, Buddhist, Carla, Seal, Chad, Daniel, Dennis, Dave, Dawn, Greg, Jack, James, Jan, Jean, Jenny and family, Jody and family, JP, Julie, Karen, Carrie, Kim and family, Kirsten, Christina, Laura Jones, Larry, Linda, Lynn and family, Marty, Melanie, Mick and family, Muhammad, Matthew, Paul, Pam, Patrick, Peter, Rahima, Ra, Yasmin, Ray, Phyllis and Sharon, Randall, Rienzo, Celine, Sheena, Scott, Skylar, Terry, and people with struggles we know nothing about. Easing gently into the reading for the daily word. Today is Palm Sunday, if that's something that you celebrate and recognize. And I have a reading from the Lent book that unity.org puts out about release the good for the better. The disciples came back with the donkey colt that Jesus had asked for. They threw their coats over the animal's back for him to sit on. Not only did this make his ride more comfortable, it honored a man who was a great teacher, a rabbi, their leader, a prophet, the Messiah, the anointed one who would lead them into a new kingdom. Ernest Wilson, in his book, The Week That Changed the World, writes, Jesus chose the humblest of beasts, the beast of the common people. He appeared in his spiritual nature as the Messiah. Subtly, he proclaimed his rejection of earthly power. His kingdom, as he had asserted time and again, was not of this world. Few truly understood the holy mission of the Christed one. Most were expecting a warrior king who would call upon the angels to smite those who persecuted them, the Romans. Among those was Judas Iscariot, a zealot who was prepared to fight for his freedom and the freedom of Israel. These literal-minded fundamentalists were greatly disappointed when the one they expected to save them from earthly concerns was arrested, imprisoned, and crucified as a common criminal. But they had mistaken Jesus' spiritual intention. Palm Sunday is a reminder for me to reimagine my life and to put myself in God's hands. Symbolically and literally, I let go, releasing my preconceived notions of how things should be. I surrender my selfish, self-centered, egotistical wants and wishes and let God be God in me. I place myself in the hands of good, orderly direction and pray that thy will be done. Jesus lived so that we may live abundantly. His death and resurrection, the miracles, were all acts that were necessary so that we might hear his words, his message of heaven in our midst, the kingdom that is within us, that God is our Father, we are God's children in whom God is well pleased. This is the message of Jesus, the message he wanted us to hear. Whenever and wherever you're reading this, today is a holy day. The place where you are standing is holy ground. And right now, you have the opportunity to be in heaven. Sometimes we have to give up the good for the better. Sometimes we have to give up knowing the relative truth to know the absolute truth of God's presence and power active inside us, in our lives and our affairs. Sometimes we have to lose everything to gain everything that is worthwhile. Or it may have just been a man riding a donkey. So that was the reading for Palm Sunday. I think it's time for a song. Okay, so this is fun. We got something new going on with the song situation. It has hand motions, and I'm going to teach it to you guys before we sing the whole thing through. I need to drink the tea. I invite everyone to stand up because there's hand motions. You don't have to. But if you are able, let's make this more fun. And how this will work is I'll first sing the verse. And when I point to, well, I'm going to show you the hand motions. I'm going to sing each phrase once, and then I need you to sing it once until we learn the song all the way. And then we'll sing the whole thing all the way through.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. I trust you. Okay. Here's the first verse. Mother, I can feel you under my feet.
Mother, I can feel you under my feet.
Mother, I can feel your heartbeat.
Mother, I can feel your heartbeat.
Father, I can see you as the eagle flies.
Father, I can see you where's the eagle flies.
Spirit, won't you take me higher?
Spirit, won't you take me higher?
Okay, now all together. Mother, I can feel you under my feet. Mother, I can feel your heartbeat. Father, I can see you where the eagle flies. Spirit, won't you take me higher? Mother, I can feel you under my feet. Mother, I can feel your heartbeat. Father, I can see you where the eagle flies. Spirit, won't you take me higher? Mother, I can feel you under my feet. Mother, I can feel your heartbeat. Father, I can see you where the eagle flies. Spirit, won't you take me higher? Yay! Okay, you may make yourselves comfortable and sit down. Our speaker, Kelly Boon, is about to make an entrance. Please stand by.
I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Slowly hold that within the space of your being and then release. Breathe in, allowing all the beauty of this day, the sunshine, the promise of spring, fill you, and then release and let go of what no longer serves you. Keep breathing naturally, inviting the power of love to radiate throughout your being. Hold your arms around your body in a big hug. Feel how powerful your love is and how important it is for your body, your heart, every ounce of your being to know how deeply you love yourself. And whisper, "Mm, I love myself." Welcome on this beautiful Palm Sunday. I'm very excited to be here with you. This is one of my favorite days of the year because it's a celebration of life, of love, and of hope. As Stevie said, as Christ, as Yeshua came in on that donkey, everyone was so ready to have hope, to have a savior, to have a reason for being. So I have a question. Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? Is it financial and economical collapse? Is it cyber terrorism? Are you afraid of the corruption, of the possibility of a World War III? Are you afraid of yourselves, of your power? I stood here 3 years ago drumming and sharing a story with you. Was anyone there? Do you remember? The name of the story is A Cry for a Dream. 20 years ago, I keep forgetting I have a camera here, I'm sorry. 20 years ago, I was invited to participate in a sacred Lakota ceremony that changed my life. It is called a Hambalachia, and it means a cry for a dream. And when you participate in the Hambalachia, you are offering the only thing you own on this earth. I offered my life for my dream. So when you go on the hill on this vision quest, it takes months and months to prepare. Tying little prayer ties that are about over 500 on one string that will surround the space you have chosen to spend the night on the hill. Now, when men do this, they're on the hill for 4 nights, 4 days. You don't eat, you don't drink, pray.
Wow.
And you stay awake through the entire night because this is when spirit is the most attentive. Women typically stay on the hill for 1 night. We don't eat and we don't drink. And you have your loved ones praying for you down by the fire. So you'll remember to come home on earth. Because they know what you are offering is your life. You go through 4 sweat lodges to prepare for this. Because it is considered that you are letting go of all that you perceive in your physical body, in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit, to be present. You are now in the spirit world. They put a blanket over your head and escort you from the sweat lodge to your sacred space that has been prepared. And you listen. After this ceremony, I came down with the message that I was to paint very large paintings, and this space has hosted these paintings. I was told to paint large and that these paintings would bring healing and forgiveness to the people. They are portals of healing. And they are called a cry for a dream. They form a circle, a medicine wheel, all 12. And I knew in my heart that we would be invited to stand within the center of this medicine wheel to experience forgiveness and healing through these portals of healing. Each painting was painted through prayer. This was many years ago, and they are no longer considered paintings, but they are an offering for the people. And since then, this has continued to progress. 3 years ago, when I shared the story of A Cry for a Dream, it was to bring the message to the people. It was never intended for this to be my production for the world. I am the vessel for what is coming out through the arts. And so are you. We're all created to create. So a friend called me and said, "What are you doing?" It was January. I was on my couch watching TV and it was cold and dark. And she would not leave me alone. "Get off that couch. Nobody knows about the pearl and you need to get on it." Oh, I didn't like her. She would not stop. Till finally okay. So I got up and I did all the usual things I would do, trying to get the word out, trying to market the paintings, blah, 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 blah. Nothing felt good, nothing worked, nothing was going the way it should. And suddenly I'm sitting at my computer. I have no idea how I got there. I had no idea what was coming out as I was typing until I saw it on the screen. This has never happened before. And I started reading what I was writing through spirit. And it was the story of the prophecies. And I knew the story was going to be told. I knew because I've been living in the pearl since I was 4 years old. People engaging in the arts, rejoicing in life. I was shown visions that I was going to help lead in the transformation of this world. But I was really little. I had no self-confidence. I was not a leader. Most people that knew me at that time would be floored to think that I would stand up in front of people and do this. I was not a leader. But this heart message never left me, and I knew that one day it would happen. And it started when I started beginning to love myself, because that's about believing in yourself. So I need to move forward here because it's easy to get lost in the story, and we only have a few minutes. What has transpired since 3 years ago when I shared this story with you? I had no idea this was going to happen. You never do. You just show up, suit up, and make a plan, and then you do something totally different because that's what Spirit is calling you for. So I learned that there was going to be a major celebration during the summer equinox or solstice last year in New York through a global community that I work with. And I was invited to be a part of that. But as you know, our world began to change significantly with the tariffs and all kinds of things happening, and the funding that had been promised for a small troubadour group of people to come and bring this story to the Ramapomansi Lenape Nation, the funding was pulled out for our travel. So what did we do? I'm an artist. I pretty much live hand to mouth because that's just what artists usually do, right? We're shifting that kind of thinking, I'm just saying. And we decided as a group, we don't want to be that person, and most of us were white that were coming, to promise something to First Nations people and then, whoops, sorry, no money, we won't be there. So we decided to say yes and we made it work. Beg, borrow, steal, whatever you can to get there. And it was beautiful. Because when you make that kind of commitment, people wake up and they look at you and say, wow, that's awesome. And so the chief managed to secure this big, beautiful Victorian style house across the street from the Stony Church, which is the Indigenous embassy, converted from a church. And we were all able to stay there for dollars. $50 for 3 people for a room for a week.
Wow.
Because he gave us the Indigenous rate that they receive with the community center. This is what happens when you say yes and. So then one of the women in the group agreed, because we've been working with Ireland for months trying to get ready to go to Europe and bring the story there, because the story had to be performed by the Indigenous people of the land, because they understand the relationship to the earth, that we are the guardians, and the sacred hoop of life that we are all part of. When one suffers, we all suffer. When one celebrates, we all celebrate. And so, once again, Unity's got my back. One of the patrons here gave me Sky Miles so that I could go and fulfill my commitment. Still didn't have any money. Like, looked at my friend Karen and said, yes, and? Yes, and. So we arrived in Dublin, took a train, and ended up in Middleton, Ireland, where this feathers, the beautiful sculpture you're going to see in a short video here in a moment, who are all about the kindred spirits and how the Choctaw people in Oklahoma during the potato famine, which was a political thing, a lot of that still going on, with all of the need to control. They were dying, the children were dying. And some of the Choctaw people made their way to Ireland. Back in the 1800s, they had hardly any money. They said yes and. And they brought $5,000 for the people so that they would live. So during COVID, Middleton, Ireland raised money to send to the Choctaw because they were losing a lot of lives. And they built a sculpture, this beautiful feather sculpture titled Kindred Spirits. And we performed our production, the first one in Europe, because we had a hard time finding a space. Just let me tell you, when you show up, you better be ready to fly by the seat of your pants. Because never did we have opportunity to pre-organize, pre-arrange. And when we did, everything got pulled out from underneath and we had to start over. So it was always a last minute production and people would look at me like, don't you prepare? Yeah, I pray. Because this isn't supposed to be my control. This is coming in as a vessel. And that's why Spirit said it's always going to be this way. Now, we do have one coming up here at Unity on May 3rd, and we're actually rehearsing. You're going to have an awesome time watching this, but who knows? They may all leave me at the last minute, and I'll have to start asking you guys to step in. CBS. So we hope you'll be here for that day as well. It's right after the service. But I want you to know, as you see this video that we're about to watch, that every one of these was done this way. We had to find not only actors, musicians, a space, microphones under the wire every single time. So the first Europe production on our massive World Peace Global Tour was at the back of a pub in Middleton, Ireland with a pint of beer. And I'm walking around inviting everybody in the bar, hey, come on in here. You're going to see our production. It's awesome. And you know what? We had 3 young men come back 3 times while we were cleaning up because they wanted to know more. So we finally sat down in a circle and we talked about it. And that's how it happens. So then we took it to Dripsy Castle with the giant peace conference. And then we took it through England because we were guided to go to Stonehenge to receive the messages from the ancestors. And then we took it to Amsterdam. Each step of the way, we thought, well, we're out of money. Let's go home. Suddenly, the money would show up for us to fly to England or to go to Amsterdam on the train. And we were always taken care of. Because when we go to a restaurant, they go, when are you going home? We don't know. What? You got one-way tickets? Uh-huh. And they go, you need more food. Here, take this with you. And that's what we do. When people see your heart and why you're here, it changes everything. And we completed it with the White Eagle Powwow last fall. So I'd like to take a moment. This is a 3-minute little video, and I want you to see the journey with me.
At 11:11, by the way.
It's glowing again, even brighter. As she allows the creator to be her strength.
This is an amazing time we're living in. And if we just remember that all of this backward stepping we're taking with civil rights, with so many areas of our life, it is essential that this is happening. Do I like it? No. But if it weren't happening, would we be getting off our couches?
Exactly.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So the challenge here is that all of that has compressed into the earth, the hatred, the fear. It was never resolved, even though we were told this is movement we're going towards. And the earth holds that. Now it's being released so it can heal. And this is the essential piece for peace. You are chosen to be here. When Yeshua came in on that donkey, they thought they were all going to build the new kingdom. They didn't understand that this wasn't the time for the new kingdom on earth. My friends, this is the time for the new kingdom on earth. The pearl is not just about a small irritant being birthed in the feminine, in the water of life, over time becoming the most precious gem on earth, by letting go of our challenges and making them our gifts. It's not just about that. This is so big. The pearl stands for the 12 pearl gates to heaven on earth. And it is happening in my lifetime. And I'm getting old. So, baby, this is going to be good. It is good. This is the key to moving forward. What is your dream? Are you living your cry for your dream? It doesn't have to be monumental or global. It may be very gentle and personal, but I can tell you this, whatever lights your heart on fire is your dream. Because you're not going to be asked to do something that you don't love, that brings you passion. Make sure that dream comes true. Live the dream. Because this is why we're all here, why we were called. This is the new day. And if we don't let go, how are we going to rise? Let go of our fears. What is there to fear if we have faith? And when we doubt, that's why we have each other. because we see your gifts. We all see each other's gifts. Sometimes it's hard to see our own. So if you're not sure, just ask people, what is my gift? What? You don't know? Let them thrive and rejoice and lift everyone's spirits up around you because we know what's happening. This is just the hump to get there. Prepare ye the way. The Christ consciousness is within each of us. Love. And that starts by loving ourselves. And I had to learn that first because that little tiny girl didn't really believe it until I was 50, even though I taught it. So go sit outside because they'll teach you.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. And I profoundly love every one of these people that you just saw in this video and the ones you didn't see. And I love you and this church, this center, for believing, for showing up, because that trip would not have happened without you. And you're going to get to see the most beautiful production we've done yet on May 3rd.
Cool.
Because it's going to have even more, because it's still evolving, because guess what? I'm going to give you a little prelude for the production. There's a new ending. We are the ones we've been waiting for. That during the Dripsy Castle production, the condor rose into a phoenix. I didn't even know it till after I got home. The phoenix has risen, just like the fire horse is risen. And that happens through grace. Show up and celebrate. Ahom takoyase.
Right. Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm gonna bring her from this mic.
Speaking,
Yes.
I just want to say, it's part of what you made with it, but in the last week, the Choctaw Nation, stopped ice from buying the Big Lots, warehouse, they paid for it. Yes, pretty amazing.
Gotta love those Choctaw. Thank you.
So we've got to see this.
We were sharing the wireless mic, so please stand by. All right, am I on? I had one plan and then I changed the plan, and that happens. I think that's part of what we're learning to practice. Let's change the plan. Oh, thank you so much, Kelly, for sharing that message. It is in line with principle 2 of the 5 principles of unity, which is that human beings have a spark of divinity within them, that the Christ spirit is within, and our very essence is of God, and therefore we are also inherently good. So thank you for sharing that message that way, Kelly. And if you would like to share your resources with Unity Center of Des Moines to help support and make this building possible where we can all gather together, now is your opportunity to do so. If you're joining us online or if you don't carry cash, we can also accept Venmo and Zelle. So our Venmo handle is Unity-Des Moines, no space in Des Moines, and capitalize the U, the D, and the M. Or we can do Zelle at info@unitydesmoines.com. But whatever your contribution, whether it be of a financial, physical, or volunteer level, we want to offer the following affirmation. Let's say it all together. I am infinitely abundant. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have,
All that I give and all that I receive, I thankfully acknowledge the divine source.
Well, oh, what happened here?
It's probably not on.
Am I on yet?
You know you're off.
Oh, I hit it off. Okay.
No, one more. There you go.
There we go. I must have hit it off. Are we on now?
Is it all the way up? It's not working.
Nope, not yet.
The mic might be a problem. Let's see. It's a, well, just saying, Dennis.
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. I guess in indigenous circles, rain represents truth. So we're going to do a rain song. Rainmaker, 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 rainmaker. The sky is gray, the rain comes falling down. Rainmaker, 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 make it rain. Let the cross roll by. Rainmaker, 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 rainmaker. The earth is hard, cracked by the sun. Rainmaker, our work is never done. Hopefully it'll rain all next week.
Yes, I think that's gonna happen. April showers bring May flowers. All of it belongs, all of it has a purpose. And I'm moving that out of the way for Deb. Moving my camera, because we'd like to dedicate this offering in just one moment. Thank you. I'd like to dedicate this offering to do the work of spirit and truth to the people of Unity Center of Des Moines. And we are grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I'd like to invite everyone to stand up and angle themselves towards Deb as she guides us through the hand motions and words of the Universal Greeting of Peace from the Gandhi Foundation.
I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
I feel your feelings.
Yeah, feelings
My wisdom flows from the higher source,
flows from the higher source.
and I salute that source in you.
So that source in you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let us work together in unity and love. Oh, thank you, Deb.
Okay, that concludes our service for today. Thank you everyone for your presence. As a reminder, after the service, there is healing hands in the back and snacks. I'd like to invite everyone to make a really big circle around the room. We usually hold hands if you've been sick or don't feel like holding hands, just put your hands over your heart. But we'll sing the closing song. The light of the divine, the divine, the power of the divine watches us. The presence of the divine watches over us. Wherever we are, the divine is, and all is well. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next week. And you need help making churros at 6 in the back, all the other chairs along the wall. Yummy things in the community room. You're free to help yourself of the cream and the refrigerator. Let's see, here in the back. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Keep shining.